I am Dana Malcolm. Rashid Hassan is with me tonight. This is your evening edition of Top Stories for October 18th, 2023. Coming up, the news that matters most.
Join the Turks and Caicos Islands Hospital in supporting Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Together, let's raise awareness, promote regular screenings, and support those affected by breast cancer.
The Royal Turks and Caicos Islands Police have reportedly been found wanting in their response to recent flare-ups of violence by the UK Foreign Office. Now, Governor Daleeni Daniel-Selveratnam says not only has she been seeking more external support, she highlights that Police Commissioner Trevor Botting is on the way out. Speaking to Magnetic Media, she said, quote, "A key focus of my recruitment of his successor will be the reinforcement of policing standards and a strong ethical framework of conduct and performance for the police force." End quote. News of the reported investigation shared by The Guardian described the local police as overwhelmed by the crime crisis. Neither Selveratnam nor The Guardian delved into the allegations of corruption. Some residents speaking to Magnetic Media following the arrest of a young professional for an illegal firearm say they're frustrated with the process for applying for gun licenses, and they believe not enough are being granted. Deputy Commissioner of Police Rodney Adams last March had acknowledged that licenses were not being granted, but had assured residents that the process would begin soon. We contacted the Royal Turks and Caicos Police to find out if residents were actually applying for licenses and being turned down. The police have promised a response on the matter, but up to news production time, that has not been forthcoming. Youth climate activist Greta Thunberg has been detained in the United Kingdom after partaking in a protest described as peaceful outside an oil and gas convention. Reuters carries the report where she is quoted as saying, "People all over the world are suffering and dying from the consequences of the climate crisis caused by these industries." End quote. The conference features speakers including chief executives of Shell and more. Magnetic Media is your news leader. Up next, Rashid Hassan. He has top stories from around the region.
You can always find what you're looking for and what you need at Quality Food World. Shop retail, shop wholesale. Quality has the brands you know, the brands you love. Always quality. Big savings every day. And remember to look out for sales for even bigger savings. Open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Mondays through Saturdays. Open 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Sundays. On the 5 Keys Access Road. Quality Food World, a prime trading company.
It's now time for your regional top stories. I'm Rashid Hassan. A by-election for the West Grand Bahama and Bimini constituency in the Bahamas draws near following the untimely death of former MP Obadiah Wilchcombe, buried last week, and competing for the seat as the new MP are former Cabinet Minister Shane Gibson, former Senator Caleb Oughton, Grand Bahama businessman Robert Grant, Chief Passport Officer Kingsley Smith, and Grand Bahama resident Sam Brown. The winner will be determined in an upcoming PLP Candidates Committee meeting. Also, Lincoln Bain from the Coalition of Independents Party says he will run for the seat. The FNM has not yet announced any candidates for the race. The election process was clarified and essential protocols outlined by the Parliamentary Registration Department this morning in a press conference. In preparing for a possible rise in dengue cases to severe levels, Jamaica's Ministry of Health and Wellness is requesting voluntary blood donations as a precautionary measure in case the demand for blood increases. Magnetic Media is your news leader. Get the full length of these stories in the next edition of The Magnate.
Download the DDME Alert app and get your hurricane preparedness plan started. From weather alerts, volunteer opportunities, lists of emergency shelters, access to damage reports, and the app can help you build a plan of your own, plus so much more. It's free from your Turks and Caicos DDME. Visit your app store and pledge to prepare. Appearing in the magistrate's court last Friday, charged with possession of a gun and 4 rounds of ammunition, was ambulance driver and paramedic Terrell Anthony Joseph. The charges reportedly stem from a home search around the weekend of October 6th. He was represented by Laura Maroof Mizik and the prosecution represented by Angelique Dixon. That case now moves to the Supreme Court. He faces at least 12 years in prison. And in the tropics today, interests in the Lesser Antilles are being urged to monitor the progress of a broad area of low pressure located over the central tropical Atlantic, about 1,100 miles east of the Windward Islands. Environmental conditions are expected to remain conducive for gradual development, and a tropical depression will likely form in the next 2 to 3 days. That is it for this edition of the news. Remember, for details on these or more stories, check out The Magnate or visit our website, magneticmediatv.com. Top Stories in 5 is a Magnetic Media production. Thank you for joining us.